Hey guys, what's up? This is Alex from Colors in Black and White, and I'm here today with a tutorial to show you how to make a dubstep bass line. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, you probably shouldn't be watching this video. But basically, it's the whoop 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 sound. You can do it with any plugin you want. I'm using FL Studio right now. Let's just get started. Actually, I'm going to find a new, or open a new project. Just now. Alright, you want to go File, Find, 3x space OSC. Hit F3 until you get down to something that looks like this. I'm sorry I didn't see it on the first time. My recorder is blocking it. Alright, this comes with FL Studio. It does the job good enough. There are some other ones here that are better, but I have the demo version, so I can't really do a whole lot with those. But this will do just fine. You can get some really good effects out of this. Basically, you have, this is, alright, you can get this by clicking on just the 3x OSC. From here, you have all these knobs and buttons and whatnot. To get the, you want to get the square bass sound for your bass line. You can basically just mess around with all these. You want to focus on these three things. Just mess around and try to get the sound you want. I think I've used this sound before in a song. Let me see. It's like, it's a pretty good sound for a dubstep bass. Like I said, you can do all square. You can just do whatever you want. But I'm going to stick with the square and rounded square, it looks like, and a saw. From here you want to click INS. You want to click cut off. You want to go down to the amount knob, and you want to turn that all the way up. That's all the way to the right. You want to go down here, turn the mod X all the way to the left. You want to go down here, turn the amount all the way up to the right, and then there's ATT right here. That's attack. I'm not really sure what this does, but from what I hear, it just makes it like a late come in, and it kind of bugs me, so I turn that all the way to the left, but that's totally up to you. Alright, you have this drop down menu right here. You have the fast LP, LP, BP, HP, BS, LP times 2, SVF LP, and SVF LP times 2. Basically anything with LP in this drop down, it's a possibility that you could use. I always stick with just LP. You can't really go wrong. But if you want a faster, like if you want a faster wub, like wub 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 wub, you want to hit fast LP. All right. Here's another very important part that a lot of tutorials leave off. You have these three choices up here. You have like the sine wave, you have the saw, and then you have the square. I really like the saw. Now you'll see a lot of people use the sine. It doesn't really make a difference, but it's just like what you like better. I like the saw better. We're going to go with the saw. Alright, let's slap a note in there and see how it sounds. Alright, that's kind of slow. I'll show you how to control the speed. There's a knob down here next to attack, amount, delay. There's the speed knob. Let's just set it to play so you can see the difference. Alright, now that's what you hear like in a lot of dubstep songs, like the variation of the speed. And you might be asking yourself, how do you do that? Well, first I'll show you how to keep the speed constant, and then I'll show you the alternative, which is the variations in speed. To keep the speed constant, you right click the speed knob, you click set. I think I might have showed this earlier in the video, but just in case. You pick one of these steps. I'm going to go with 2. Now I'll show you what that means in a second. You go, by the way, to get to your piano roll, right click the 3x OSC and go to piano roll, and that'll bring you to this where I put the note in. Now 2 steps is, I don't know if you can see these little lines right here. There's 1 bar and it's split up into 4 different sections, and each of those sections are split up into 4 like subsections, I guess. Like each section is, I'll try to show you how big. Each subsection, I should say, is about that big. And if you want a 2-step dubstep wub, or whatever you want to call it, it'll be about 1 wub for every one of those. There you go. It sounds like this. Alright. Now if you want the variations in speed, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to right click the speed knob, create automation clip. This will bring you to this. Don't worry, none of your other things are gone. All you have to do is click the drop down and hit all. And this should, let's go to your song layout, which is this button up here. Click it. And this is your automation clip. I'll make it a little bit bigger. So this is the note I just made right here, which is like the 1 bar. I don't even know what note it was. It kind of just clicked. But alright, you have this line, if you didn't know that already. Basically, you right click where you want your things to go, and every one of these little bullet points is going to be where it reaches its change in speed. So like, I'm pretty sure when it's higher up, that's going to be your slower wubs, and down here it'll be your faster wubs. Alright, let's show you. Oh yeah, I have to hit song. Remember, it hits song. There's pat and then song. If you want it automated, to play automated, you're gonna have to click song. I tried to figure that out for I can't tell you how long. So just heads up. Alright, that you can't really tell with that short of a note, so I'm gonna make the note a little bit longer. Just keep clicking, right click, right click, right click. I mean, obviously when you're making a song, this is going to be a lot more in-depth. You're not just going to be clicking random things, and like, you could do that and then just go with what sounds good, but whatever. Here, it sounds like this. Alright, now that you know what it sounds like, From here, let's exit out of all this stuff and I'll show you how to get to all that stuff. Alright, click the 3x OSC, go to this FX thing up here. That's your sound effects that go along with the sounds you put in there. Now, it's very, very, very important, or else your whole song will be ruined, to adjust this. Because all these things have their own sound effects, except for the automation clip. Like, you want these to be in their own thing. Like here, this should be down at 0. So should this. So should this. 0 is just the line things, by the way. So, because if you don't put those down at 0, the distortion or whatever you add to your song is going to go to everything in the song. And it sounds very bad when your kicks and your claps have distortion on them. It sounds awful. I can't even describe how bad it sounds. So basically, you want to set this. I set mine up really high just to prevent that from happening, because I didn't set this to 4, 3, 2, and 1. They all came up like that. So I start at 10, but that's up to you, whatever you want to do. Now double click 10 and you'll come up here. From here, go over to this side, and then you have these drop down menus. You can pick out whichever plugin you want to pick out. I would say the ones I use the most are Fruity Free Filter right here. Comes free with FL Studio. This will change the frequency. Like, I pretty much only use it for the frequency because I really like changing frequencies in my songs. This is what it sounds like. Alright, you can automate all these things in this plugin too. If you just right click it and create automation clip. There you go. You got your free filter with the frequency. So you can make this change throughout the song. Add some variety in there. From here, you can add other plugins like distortion. You get some distortion plugins with FL Studio, like Fruity Fast Distortion. I don't use this one at all. I tried using it once. Didn't really care for the sound. By the way, I'm awful at distortion. If anybody has any suggestions on distortion, please comment on this video on how to make it better. I just kind of mess around on the distortion plugins until it sounds good, and I know that's not right, so please help me out with that. But I use Homicide. Alright, let's distort this sucker. And there you guys go. I hope it helped a lot. Check out Colors in Black and White on YouTube, and have a great day.